Hello everyone. So in this video I wanted to talk about a couple settings, actually five settings in Windows 10. You can use it also in Windows 11. Settings that you should change when you first install Windows. These are by default, I think they lack the security or you don't have enough protection enabled in Windows. So I think you should do these right off the bat. So here's the first one. First one, system protection. Um, Go to your start menu, start typing control panel, and just open the control panel window. In here, go into system and go to system protection. And in this window, as you can see, my protection is turned off right now. And I'm just going to configure this to do system protection at 1%. Actually, let's make it 2%. And what this will do, it will create system restore points for me. So that way, if something happens to my machine, I can always refer back to these particular restore points or this particular time that these were created. So right now, so this, I believe this should be on for everyone. I'm not sure why this is actually off by default. I think it used to be on. Maybe Microsoft decided to turn it off at some point. Um, if something goes wrong, you can always come in and when you have a restore point, you can restore it. I don't have any at the moment because this is a new install. But if something would have happened to my machine, I could go. I could come in here and do it, or um, do it through the boot process and revert back to a system protection in time and revert back to when the machine was working. So this is actually very useful. Um, the other thing that you should do, or just double check, still on the system protection window, go to the device installation settings and just make sure this is set to yes. And what this will do is download the manufacturer um, drivers for your devices on your machine. So like your video card, your web camera, maybe mouse, keyboard, and so on. Um, that way, everything is up to date and you don't have any problems. And so that was number two. Number three. So this one, this is user access control. And if you just type in UAC, it should come up on your list. It's change user account control settings. Now, by default, this security level is perfect. You actually don't have to change anything, but just come in here and check to make sure this is selected at this level here. Now, you can raise this up and it will notify you literally every single time there something tries to make a change to your system. This is the best protection. But this right here is also very good. This will just give you less notifications. It will just do things in the background. Um, for testing purposes, if you don't want to get any kind of notification, just slide the bar all the way to the bottom. Literally, it will never notify you. It'll just do things on its own and in the background. Now, the problem with this is if you run into malicious code in your testing, or if you downloaded something from the web and it has malicious code in it, your machine will not detect it. It will just install it and that's it. I don't recommend this unless you know what you're doing. Otherwise, just keep it at this level here. This is the default. That's probably the best setting for you. It wants me to update it since I didn't really actually make any changes, but I moved the slide around, so it's gonna prompt me to make an update. So the next thing is to be secure as much as possible, since there's so much stuff floating out in the web um, that could potentially harm your machine. Is your antivirus and I'm not sure why I'm not seeing in my start menu. But in any case, your virus and threat protection, um, first make sure it's on, which by default it is on in Windows. But come in here and make sure that you are actually getting updates. So make sure you have all your green check boxes here, and if not, then inspect and see what the issue is. Also, just quickly, you can go into virus and threat protection and just check for updates, and this will make sure you stay up to date on your antivirus protection. Now, the definitions come out every single day, so you can literally do this every day. The machine does it anyway, but you can come in here and check just to be sure. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is your firewall. Firewall is on by default, uh, but just to be sure, make sure that you have all green checkboxes right here. Um, this is a this is not a machine that's connected to a domain, so I'm not really using this. I'm actually just on a private network, so this one is the active one. Um, just make sure that you have your firewall on. If you do, that's perfect. You don't have to make any changes. You don't have to look any change any settings or anything like that. Just come in here and make sure to look and see that it is on and that it is working. Um, so those are the 5 things that I think you should check, and make sure it is you have these things on, so that way you are protected on your machine. All right. If you have any questions, just comment below. I will, if you have feedback for me, let me know. I'll get back to you, and help you out any way I can. Please like and subscribe to the channel, like the video. Thank you very much. Have a good day.